All right, so welcome back to the Corn Syrup Podcast, everybody.
Yeah,
Ooh, let's go.
finally another episode.
Yeah, we're pretty bad at this, aren't we?
Yeah, big brain energy everywhere.
Big brain. That's a new thing we're saying now.
No, well, yeah, okay.
So,
So
Alex, Rogan, you want to talk about our topic for today? I guess,
yeah, I guess we were like today we are like talking about car accidents, I guess,
or
because
accidents in general.
yeah, that's what I meant. But like, because I recently just got like into one, or like I was in one.
The
I
scary
wasn't driving.
stuff.
Mhm.
Um. So yeah. Um. We'll try not to get too serious, but at the same time, we're gonna try not to mess around. So, because it's a serious topic, but at the same time, like
We're idiots.
like once you go through it, it's just you just can't help but like be like, wow, oh my god.
I
I don't know.
survived that.
I know, right? Like, so yeah. Um.
Also, I guess
So
you can
yeah.
talk about your trip too, if you want.
Yeah. Okay.
You,
So
you, you don't have to say the place. Just like, oh, I've been somewhere. Yes. Oh no,
okay, but like,
we didn't really
I,
plan for this.
oh my
Sorry. I'm sorry.
and you're like, you're just like, okay, so I have to. Oh no, 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 no. Okay, so
Eh, let's start over.
Should we? Should we? Now
no, no.
we gone too far. Let's go.
Okay. Um. So, um, hold on. I'm waiting for the timer to go to hit 420.
Oh my god.
420.
Yeah.
I'm still at 3 minutes.
All right. So, like I was saying, um, what was I gonna go? So if I'm gonna start, I should probably start on like because this happened last week. This happened last week. The actual
Mhm.
car accident happened this week, but this
Mhm.
story has like starts like pretty much like a month ago, right?
Oh.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yep.
And I think it was my mom was telling me how my aunt had recently bought his tickets to go to Arizona,
Mhm.
pretty much.
And probably the worst
Uh,
timing
what?
for
How?
you,
What do you mean?
for you at least. Well, you don't like, why?
I guess, but pretty
Yeah.
much, she had bought his tickets and everything. So I don't know. She like kind of like told me and my brother, and we couldn't really say anything other than just like, "Oh, great." Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess
Understandable.
because like we have all this school stuff going on, and I was thinking in my mind like, oh, like I don't want to fall behind on things, but at the same time, like I don't know, I haven't been to
Mhm.
Arizona in a while, so
Yeah, and especially now, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter if we were doing it again, but for a whole week.
yeah, that's true. I am in no way ready for that. I swear to God.
I guess we can talk about it later. Not for this one. We can talk about how school sucks.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going with your
so
story.
so yeah so a few weeks passed by, and the teachers like are announcing that we have to that they had just that something about an ACT boot camp, right, guys?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was because our scores suck. That's what they said. Yeah.
Yeah. They're trying to get us to get higher
Mm,
scores.
mm. Supposedly the seniors were having problems getting into colleges, so they didn't
It's
want the
not
same
our
thing for us.
fault.
Yeah. So they want us to do better by
They want
giving us more work.
and
Yep.
not giving us more time focus on our actual classes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, um, So yeah, like this recently, like it literally just came out of nowhere. And I tell my mom, and she's like, no, the day you have to go to that boot camp is the day that we leave for the Arizona trip, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And was it's the you guys I don't know if if you were there, Enrique, but it's like basically like saw me
Egg.
like throughout the day on all the way to Thursday, like basically like freaking out like like should I go or should I
He.
stay?
So I
And
kind of
like,
want to say that you did say my name. So
god damn it, I'm gonna have to censor that.
yeah. But like,
Ah,
yeah.
literally
Jesus Christ.
single episode. I swear to God.
Yeah, yeah. From my point of view, he was like a kind of like someone like a mess. No offense.
Yeah.
And I kept telling him like, "Oh, just stay." But but it's my only time to visit you. Okay, then go. Like, but I'm gonna miss school. Okay, then stay. That's my logic.
Yeah, but pretty
Very.
much up to the last moment, cause like the day before, like on Wednesday, like I told my mom that like I was gonna try and talk to like one of the counselors and like one of the teachers or something, and like basically straighten things out, like what would happen if I were to like go.
And the funny
Right.
thing is, was the one he actually finally like talked to a counselor. We were like walking to lunch, and we saw like one of the counselors, and he's like, "Is that a counselor?" Like, yeah. Like, should I talk to her? Like, yeah, go ahead. Like, okay, bye.
No, no, but we have to give it like the only reason I wanted to talk to either one of the counselors or one of the teachers was because supposedly there was like rumors that like if we didn't show up to the ACT boot camp, our grades would like just drop.
Yes,
Yeah.
Like
it was a summative, aka a big grade for all the
a big
classes.
grade.
That's what they said.
That like like basically some it is like impacts us more than like regular grades.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. They're basically blackmailing us into going to the
Yeah.
camp. Like, if you don't go, we're gonna make you fail our class, basically.
Here's the thing: it
Which
wasn't that bad, but just because the teachers were not assholes.
The
Well,
teachers weren't bad, but like, just
the
it's
fact
just
that
such a drag, and
yeah,
like yeah.
you can tell the story that how only two of us actually did go to the camp and one.
Yes.
so
It literally
so
just okay.
pretty much
I'm just saying. Oh, fuck. I'm sorry.
I swear to fucking God. Okay. So okay, so
Yeah.
where was I? So pretty much said I like ran just there just so happened to be a counselor right there in the hallway
Said it again.
Yeah.
because like on Wednesday I told my mom like I was gonna like oh I'm gonna try to talk to somebody, straighten things out and like I'll let you know by like lunch, right?
Mhm.
Which which she wasn't like like she didn't like she wasn't exactly sure when that was, but I just told her that and she seemed like she understood. So it was fifth period and she was like texting me like so are you going or are you not? And again I was like freaking out even more. I was like should I go? Should I stay? Should I go? And was right next to me. And god damn it, I'm just censor that shit out. And
You said my name like like before.
god,
You already said like 3 times
oh, god
in
damn it.
total.
Okay. Mike
Uh,
egg.
Mike's is fine. I was like, oh
Yeah,
hey,
Magic Mike over here.
Big Mike
Egg.
right here. That's
Big
actually a
Magic
true
Mike,
story.
the egg.
Should I quickly tell that story or no?
Save it for another episode. Save it for another one.
Okay, yeah, it's that's actually my well, at least for 1 year, my nickname was that. I'll say that and continue.
Okay, so there just so happened to be a counselor, right? Um, and I talked to her, and she was like, oh, she like it was like, oh fuck, shit, I'm gonna have to, okay,
Yep, yes, into that one too.
god damn it, Oh my god, editing this episode is gonna be impossible. But
Yeah.
so they're just so this was like in a teacher's classroom because she just so happened to walk into a teacher's classroom, and she talked to the
Well,
teachers. She
actually, actually is wrong. That's actually not how it happened.
what happened?
So wait, were we talking about like how you saw her or like what?
Like by the time you left, I tried to
Oh,
like she walked into a teacher's classroom and I followed her, and I asked her, and she like asked the teacher like if the teachers were actually going to like like take the boot camp for grade, and
Yeah.
he said yes, and then I asked him like what if I'm going out of town, and he literally told me then don't go out of town,
What?
and
so
in that moment
makes
I
sense.
wanted, huh?
Makes sense for that teacher. He would totally say it.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
well,
yeah.
but like at that moment, like you do not understand. I wanted to like snap at him, but I was like, you know what? No, it's not worth it. And I just walked out, and
Makes
I
sense.
so I get out, and my mom is messaging me. A cousin that was also going was messaging, texting me as well, and I pretty much had no idea what to do. So so my mom tells me to just call her, right? And I do. So I call her and I tell her like everything, like, oh, the teacher said, that it is for a grade, that my grades that are gonna suffer if I don't go, and this and that, and like, I have no idea what to do. So she tells me that she was gonna try and talk to a counselor, like try and talk to like call the office and
Mhm.
talk to the counselor. So so I go to, I'm sitting there, and I'm just
Uh,
like, I have no idea what the hell is going on, and like I said,
yeah, I didn't say anything. Like, okay, you said my name. Well, you said
I
my name. The yeah, good job.
said Mike. So um so by the time it's time for sixth period, we're about to enter the class. My mom calls me. She's like, "Oh, already, talk to the office. I'll explain later, and just come to the front office." So I do, and basically, by the time we got home, she like told me that like she talked to one of the counselors saying that like I was basically like worried, like panicking, what I do, and the counselor like I don't know who she talked to, but basically the person on the phone said, okay, I'll talk to the teachers, that if it is for a grade, to not drop, my grade,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
um, and she pretty much like talked to like the front office and like clear things up. And I was like, okay, great. And we were off, you know, to
Hmm.
Arizona. And it's just so crazy to think that like I don't I don't even know, like, and like on the airplane, I was like sitting next to my cousin. We were like having a good time, listening to music, like lip
Yep.
syncing, getting weird looks from people. And
Who's these people? Also, I'm gonna say I feel the grade was totally bullcrap because my grade did not change at all.
oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, was damn. Because supposedly, like, I think we should also mention this. Supposedly, it was for a grade for all of the classes except for like history class.
Yeah, but she didn't like it at all. Like she was like one like I don't like this.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
because we're taking time out of her class. Like we have like a set date for each topic that we're doing, and each time we're not there, we lose less time. So we're not going to be able to cover the
Yeah.
material we need for our tests and stuff. So it's pretty bad for
And
us in the long run.
yeah, so she was
Our
clearly like
school is just like
annoyed.
all over the place at this point. Literally.
Yeah.
Literally like
But I
a
feel
whole
like
bunch of mess. And they expect us to have all our shit together by college.
I know.
So,
they never taught us how to do an ACT. Like it's like, oh, here they see. Good luck. Only teaching us now, and barely last year.
Like last year, they basically gave us a philosophy class. It was not even ACT really.
yeah. Yeah, that's
And,
true.
like,
And no one even tried
literally,
in that. No one even like pay attention in that class.
Yeah,
So
because there was no point to it.
yeah,
yeah,
anything
all
he was like, oh, we already know this, oh, whatever, this and that. So no one really cared.
Yeah.
yeah, all the teachers like they keep saying like if they teach you sooner, this would have helped, but I guess not. They're like, like I think our bio teacher said some stuff about that.
Mm.
Man.
Okay, anyway, keep going.
Yeah, we got a bit off topic there, but anyways,
Yeah.
we get off the plane. Um, we're waiting for my aunt to pick us up. It took a while. God damn it, my phone's dying. Um, uh, so like what was I saying? Where was I? So my aunt picks us up, right?
Mhm.
Um, and we're it was kind of funny because she kind of just like stopped in the middle of the road, right? And there was like a
Mhm.
car behind her that we didn't know whether like they were in a hurry or not. And so we pretty much were like just standing there like, do we go? Like, do we get on? Do we not? Do we wait? Do we wait for her to park or something? But she was just literally just sitting there, just like just sitting there waiting for us to get on. So
Yeah.
after a while, like we were just like, okay, let's get on. And so we're quickly like we're like opening the trunk. We're like trying to like like shove our bags in there, and
Yeah.
we open the doors, we get on, whatever. Like we didn't even think of where we're gonna be sitting. We just kind of sat everywhere. And it turned out like it's the I don't know who, but someone turned around, and apparently the car behind us like did not give a fuck. So
Mhm.
they were like on their phone. So we were like, oh, we were worried for nothing. So the way we were seated was um like a younger cousin was in the back,
Mhm.
towards the left. Then it was my aunt with my brother. Then it was the cousin that was in the airplane with, that's like 1 year older than me. And that was like at the very back
Mhm.
of the
Mm.
truck. In the middle, it was me at the very left. Then it was my mom. Then it was my grandma. And at the very front, my aunt was driving, and then it was my great grandpa that was sitting in the passenger seat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we get on and we take off. And once again, we're like everyone's like cracking jokes in the car. Everyone's laughing, everyone's like, you know, like having a fun time.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
it was just crazy how things just kind of unfolded. You know what I mean? Like um literally everything happened like within a second, pretty much.
Yeah.
And we had no idea how to like process everything after it happened. So like wow, it's really silent in this house. But
Mhm.
pretty much um I don't know, like pretty much my aunt loses control of the truck, right?
Hmm.
Very scary. Uh,
Apparently like a tire in the back like blew out, and
mm.
Wow.
the back of the car like just went like from side to side like a whole bunch, like just like all over the place, right?
Yeah.
Because like I was like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like I was so in shock and in fear while it was happening that like even though it happened like within seconds, I saw everything like in slow motion, pretty much. And I don't know, it's just God, like because it was weird because like my aunt started losing control, and the truck was starting to move a bit, a bit. It was starting to get a bit like not normal. It was starting to get.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And for some reason, I just assume like, oh, like this is fine. She'll get back into control, and everything's fine. And I think I like then she started like the car started getting even more crazy, and like I'm still like I again I couldn't I didn't like it took me a while for it to actually hit me like, oh, this is actually happening. So it goes back. So the car just completely like loses its shit,
Yeah.
like the entire back of the car is just kind of like, just going from side to side, just all over the place, right?
Hmm.
One in the back like just kind of huddles up, knowing that like, this is not normal. And I'm here. I like it took again, it took me a while. So like once it hit me, I was like, oh God, what's going on? And um so after like it goes off a while, they like goes crazy. It suddenly like starts like making like a U-turn, kind of like swerving, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It
Uh-huh.
start it, it kind of makes like a U-turn, and by then, like again, like I was so in shock, I could see everything in slow motion. That like I don't know, like literally like everyone in the back was like huddling up. At this point, like you know my brain has accepted what's going on. Like, oh, you know, what like this car has completely like it's like we've lost all control of what's going on. And at this point, I'm just like trying to get away from the door, because I was at the very left, and like
Yeah.
the way the U-turn was made, it was like made towards the right, right? So like we were about to
Yeah.
hit like a tiny wall, like like the stone barricades on the side of the wall. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah.
That, keep from cars from like like suddenly going to the other part of the road. And
Yes.
Yeah.
we were about to hit that, and by now like I'm accept like my brain like hit me, like, oh, like we're about to hit this wall. So like I'm just trying to get away from the door, like I'm just trying to like push myself away from the door, because I was
Mhm.
like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Either my head is gonna hit the glass, it's gonna like the glass is just gonna shatter and I'm gonna be knocked out, or like the seatbelt's gonna give up on me and I'm gonna go flying out the car or something. And which in reality it wasn't really like a car. It was a huge truck that fit like um hold on,
Multiple people.
12 people.
Mm.
So um yeah, I'm trying to get away from the door. My mom said that supposedly she like grabbed me by the chest, trying to like pull me in towards her, and like like try to hold on to the seat. And like again, like at this point we were just kind of like bracing for impact, you know, and just we hit the wall, and I don't even know what to say really. We just kind of like hit it, and my head went into like I think it's called a whiplash, like
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
it kind of went from like it just kind of like went from like from one side to another like very quickly, and like so like upon impact like my head was like just hurting. It was like I had like a serious headache because my head just kind of like just just from one side to another. And like I don't even know what to say now. Like we hit it, and for like we had like for like like I have to say like for like a solid 5 seconds we were just kind of sitting there like, oh God, oh, because we were all in pain. And we're looking around, we're like, is everyone okay? Is everyone okay? I'm still trying to recover from my headache. um and everyone in the back is like speechless, because if anything, like the way the U-turn was made, like like we like the like like we just kind of hit the wall, and like the left part of the truck hit the wall, right? You guys get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we like we collide, my aunt, like, being the driver, she automatically like looks all around, like asking if everyone's okay. And um like, we're looking around. My younger cousin in the back, that was at the very left, like at the very corner of the truck, pretty much, aside from like the trunk, but like was at the very like corner, like at the very left at the back, where you'd think that'd be like the major danger zone, because like it made a U-turn and like it hit the wall, and like the whole like left part of the truck was just like it was just destroyed. And which it really wasn't that bad. I think the truck, was pretty strong. Um, and It was pretty strong. So um, we looked to the back automatically. Um, and everyone's just again like kind of like just dead silent. Supposedly, my younger cousin like she said that like she had a bit of trouble breathing. Um, my aunt that was like trying to like hold her with her arm said that like her arm, because like she had her arm wrapped around my younger cousin, so like I think like upon impact, like I think my aunt got the most like part of that impact, because she was basically like her arm was like wrapped around, and I'm pretty sure she like just hit the side of the truck. So if anything, like afterwards, like my aunt was like the most hurt. Like a
Mm.
part of her rib like was just hurting. Her head, it was also hurting. Her arm, like she could barely even move it. And
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
basically a doctor. So like
Mm.
she's just saying like, oh, I'm fine. It's all
Mm.
good. I can, like she was basically saying like, I'm fine, I'm fine. But like
Yeah.
she was just kind of saying like in a tone and like with a face that like things were not fine, you know.
Oh yeah.
Oh
But like
yeah, like
she was like a doctor, because like a whole bunch of people from my family like are in the medical field. And so she was like, I'm fine. Um my older cousin, like, she was completely fine. Out of all of us, she was like nothing happened to her. Um my brother said that his chest hurt, but everyone, like my mom, my aunt, and my other aunt, being from the medical field, assumed that that was just his heart beating like a lot from the shock. So that eventually he like ended up fine. And supposedly, my grandma says that she saw my head like going from like one side to another like very quickly, and she says that I hit the side of the car, not exactly the glass, but like the car, like a part of the car that's not glass, I guess. And I don't know, like I did not feel, like I hit the truck. It like I do not remember like feeling like I hit the truck, but I like in the back of my head, it felt like if like a certain section of like my hair was like pulled. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hmm.
it was
So
probably your adrenaline that I guess like didn't make it hurt that much. Your adrenaline.
I guess.
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, we all had a whole bunch of
So I
adrenaline.
guess I guess that like that's somewhat made it less hurtful. I don't know. I don't know how the body works.
I'm pretty sure my my aunts were like mentioning that. So yeah. Um.
Sounds right.
So what?
I was like, yes, I was right. Sorry.
Okay. So so apparently I hit the truck, because by the time we
Hmm.
got back home, like supposedly, like I told my mom to check the back of my head, and I had like a little cut at the very back of my head. So yeah. but like still, I was fine. Yes, I was like in the left, but like again, like I think it was because like I was trying to like stay as far away from the door as possible. I think that's what really like helped me in a way, you know. With the seatbelt, like again, I didn't have like a lot of trust in it because I'd been in a car accident before that, like when I was like way younger.
Hmm.
Uh, I think it was like in Christmas Day, like I was a bit younger, and we got into a car accident, and like in both moments, in both car accidents, like upon impact, like the seatbelt just kind of like just swinged off. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
Like in
Jesus.
both moments, the seatbelt did not stay on at all. It just like on its own, just kind of like just flew off. Not really like flew off, but like just kind of like came off by itself.
Yeah.
So yeah, and we're kind of like on the side of the road. Um, and some people like were nice enough to like stop, like stop next to us, like come to us and like being like, "Oh, are you okay? Are you okay?" Because we were like, like on the side of the road, just kind of sitting there. We're all just like talking to each other, if we're okay. So by the time the people came by, we were like, "Yeah, I think we're fine," you know. And by now my head is okay. Like the headache had like gone away. So like, by the time the ambulance came, we were all like, "No, we're all okay. We're all okay. We're all fine." You know, we kept asking, like, my aunt that was like in the very back, like if she was okay, because like again, like even afterwards, like when we were back home, like she like just could like barely even move at all, really, and like um, it was just like I really believe that like out of everyone in that truck, like she got like the most of that impact, and it's like I don't know, like she was just really hurt, but her being a doctor, she was like, I'm fine. So
Yeah, that's
um,
pretty. I mean, that's understandable though. It's like, well, at least I would probably assume that she probably wouldn't want to worry other people. I probably do
yeah,
that too. If I was in her shoes, like, yo, I'm fine. Just don't worry about it. Like, you know, whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
So eventually, my uncle-in-law came and his father. So they picked us all up, and we're back at the house. We're trying to like get our mindsets together, like in the truck. Like because again, like even upon impact, we were just like, what just happened? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like we just could not process that. Like we were literally just like laughing and talking and this and that in the truck, and then all of a sudden just we get into a car accident all of a sudden, and I think that's what made it like most like I don't know, like my thought process, like even like at the very like end of that day while I was going to sleep, like I like earlier that day I was panicking, telling myself like whether I should go or not, and then next thing I know I'm in the plane, and next thing I know I'm in that truck, and next thing I know we're just in a car accident, and it was just even still it's so crazy for me to believe, but what happened, and we went back to the house. We're all trying to like consume as many painkillers as we can, and I think there were painkillers. I don't know. There were a whole bunch of pills involved,
And
but
probably
again,
painkillers.
like my both of my aunts and my mom being in the medical field, like they kind of just knew kind of what to do for now because it was like very late at night, and we were just we just wanted to go to sleep, you know, and I don't know, like just eat like even like back at my aunt's house. like I was still like shaking from shock, really, and like like my brain could just not process what was going on, and I was going to like text you guys like as to like like, oh hey guys, like like I got into a car accident, like
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, because I was that in shock that I just like I wanted to tell someone other than that was not like there with me, I guess. I don't know, but I did not have my phone with me. I was in my backpack, which was in the trunk, which
Mm.
like I didn't pack until like later, like like an hour later. So I don't know. By then, I just kind of like went to sleep, and I was like, I guess you know, I'll tell the guys, another time. And so yeah, I don't think there's much else to say. Like, you know, the next day, um, like I was just trying to recover from the car accident. My head and my neck were kind of hurting. As much as I denied it, like I still took some pills because I just couldn't take it. And so yeah, like basically Friday was just me trying to recover from the accident. And Saturday, by the time I was feeling like a bit better, I could at least like, do things. Um we were setting up for a birthday party for my uncle-in-law because that's the reason like my aunt wanted us to go over there. And like again, I could barely even like it took like after a while of doing like a whole bunch of work around the house, like my head was starting to get to me. It was hurting, and I took some pills and I felt better. But like even after like a long day's work, by the time the party came along, like I just ended up like sitting in a dark room by myself because I
Yeah.
did not want to talk to anybody because it was basically like a whole bunch of like like a whole bunch of like I don't even know what to say, like a whole bunch of like older people, much
Mm.
older
Yeah.
people, you know, and I just stayed in the room basically throughout the whole night. And yeah, Sunday, we came back to Texas, and yeah, by Monday I was feeling fine, back to normal, but like just what that car accident in general like did to me is like wow, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even as I'm telling this, like I'm still kind of shaking, and I just can't believe it happened.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like, um, I've never been into a car accident personally, but like just an accident in general is just like, or a car accident is like so kind of unpredictable. Like you never know when someone's gonna like lose control of the car, hit someone
yeah.
else, start a whole chain reaction, or just your
Hmm.
car just like losing control. You never know what's gonna happen, and it's like
Right.
just the the experience of that happening is kind of just like it just shocks you so much. It just like messes you up physically and mentally. It's just like it's just hard to like kind of
Deal with it.
move on. Yeah, deal with that kind of problem. And it's like it's,
Right.
Well, Alex, I want to say, the amount of shit I gave you, I'm like, I am happy that you and your family are not seriously, seriously hurt.
yeah. At
Like,
least it's not like super bad, but like
yeah,
still,
I am
Yeah.
happy that you're still here.
Just
I'll say
just to
that.
make
yeah,
it but like just to make it clear like to people like listening that like that it's the by the time like it was time for like the party, I think like by the time it like it's the by like Saturday, like my aunt, the one that I said like got seriously like hurt, like she was like up and moving by then as well. But I'm assuming, because we were all taking a whole bunch of pills, and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure, she had some time to recover again. So yeah,
Hmm.
we're all fine now. But I just wanted to tell that story since it was quite a shocker, really. Quite
Yeah.
a shocker.
Yeah, and it's understandable.
Hmm.
Yeah, and just anything else you guys want to say?
I mean, you want to talk about our stories or no? Or you think it's already too long?
I mean, I don't know.
I think someone likes you, huh? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Oh!
School got moto.
There we go. Okay. All right. Oh, moto.